Hi guys, welcome back. So I know my face looks bare and I look crazy right now, but I am gonna do a first impressions of foundation for you guys. And it's funny because the last time I did a first impressions and a check-in with this foundation, it was actually the matte version. So I'm gonna show you guys this first impression of the L'Oreal 24-Hour Foundation Infallible Pro Glow Foundation. I'm in a shade 203 nude beige, and I did have a problem when I did first try to get it. I did switch out a different shade the first time. Good thing I didn't leave the actual premises or the store because I wanted to test it out. So when I did test it out, I know you can't test it in the store, which sucks. I don't know why L'Oreal had the True Match. They had like an open sample just like Ulta and Sephora has it. The first one I got was 204 and I tried it on my right side where like my cheekbone area and everything, and compared to my neck, it was completely different. It was way too dark. And it was, I think it was warm beige. This one's nude beige though. So I told my husband to go back to the store and change it. Like I already automatically know, like my neck compared to my face is completely different. My body seems to be darker than my face. I noticed that in my pictures, and I noticed that when I'm comparing my foundations. So that's why it's really, really important to color match your neck to your face, because if you just go by your hands, it's not the same thing. So you have to compare it to your neck because you want them to blend together. You want them to be one match, so you don't want it to be two different colors and stuff, and you don't want to look crazy. So nude beige seems to match me pretty well. I noticed that it does oxidize, so that's why you have to be careful when it comes to these kind of foundations by L'Oreal, because they do tend to oxidize. This claims to last up to 24 hours. I wouldn't know anyone that will wear foundation for 24 hours. It's not healthy and it's not good for your skin. So the latest I'll probably do is like 8 hours. So I'll let you guys know the times and everything in the check-in and stuff like that. This does have some sunscreen, and it has about SPF 15, and it's a radiant finish, and it's a normal to dry skin hydrating foundation. So I'm gonna just tell you guys right off the bat. So if you are very oily, this will not be good for you. If you want something that's going to be very matte, try the Infallible Pro Matte one. And I do have that. Let me get that for you guys. This one is the Infallible Pro Matte version, and you can tell the big difference compared to like their new packaging now. And this one seems to have like a frosty finish packaging. It has a shine to it, and you can actually see the actual foundation shade. This one I couldn't tell whether it was going to be my shade or not, but it's really not my shade. It has more of a pink undertone. This wasn't my shade anyway, so I wouldn't be able to wear this, and it's really drying for my type of skin, so I can't wear it. In the back, it's really informative. I will show you right here. I don't think this is a good shot because you can see the reflection in the light beaming on it, but I'm gonna read them to you anyway. So, lasting glow foundation, never dull, never greasy. Now the finish to it says it's a radiant finish, and the wear up to is 24 hours. The coverage is medium, and the texture is air light. And also it says like a pro tip, shake well, dot onto skin in rolling motion for flawless coverage. Cool. So it is important to have some sunscreen. If you're gonna take pictures and you're gonna use this, don't, because it has SPF and the flashback is gonna come out in the pictures. I'm gonna shake this well, and I am going to use the new Morphe Beauty Sponge. So I do have a video showing you guys my first impression on this. So it's kind of like I'm trying to figure out how I'm gonna do this 2 first impressions, but I'll figure it out somehow. I'll list the video up here in my card, or I'll list in the description box if you're interested in seeing how this works. It sounds really liquidy. You hear that? Okay, so now that I'm done shaking the hell out of that, I did use my NYX Angel Veil primer ahead of time, and I let that sit in my skin and everything. So I'm not gonna add a color correcting under my eyes as of yet. I wanna see how the coverage is gonna be. So it did say that the coverage is medium, so I'm pretty sure it's buildable because it does have the option of high. So if it wasn't buildable, they will probably let you know that, you know, it's gonna be cakey or something. I'm gonna use my Benefit Erase Paste. I really love this, and I've fallen back in love with this, and it's amazing for covering up dark circles. What do you guys think of my new background? I just bought some fabric to do of a backdrop, and I just felt like I was getting tired of my plain wall. But let me know what you guys think. Do you like it? It's kind of like a silky white fabric. And the cool thing is if I flip it over, it'll be matte. So I don't have to worry about buying a matte fabric or background. So that's me covering up my dark circle on one side, but I'm not gonna do the other side because I wanna see how the foundation is going to cover that up. I'm gonna use this to blend out my foundation, and I'll be right back. So I'm gonna show you guys real quick, not too fast, but I just wanna show you guys how it blends on one side and then do the other side. This is the amount that I picked up, and I'm going to dot that on my face. I don't need too much because it's half of my face that I'm gonna be doing. So I'm gonna blend out this side of my face with this sponge. I'm gonna use the end of it because it's just safer to do that and more sensible to use the end. Wow, it's blending out really well, and I like that. Guys think compared to this side see the difference to how much of the coverage on this side of my face and this side of my face. This is my second coverage, and look how radiant and great compared to this. I mean, it looks like I have a black eye, but this is how much the coverage is, and this is like medium to full coverage. I don't even see my natural skin anymore compared to here. So I'm gonna show you guys this side, and I'm gonna do my first buildup, and then I'm gonna show you guys the second buildup. This is the full face. This is a medium to full coverage. I used 2 on this side and 2 on this side, meaning the foundation. And I did dot it on my face as you saw, and this is the coverage that I got. And honestly, this isn't like full coverage. Okay, so this is medium to full coverage. What do you guys think? I personally like this one way better than the Pro Matte. I mean, I have normal to combination skin, so my face can get a little bit dry around this area and also around my chin, but that's really it. I'll show you guys up close so you can kind of see how it is. I don't really like to do up close like this, but only when I have a full beat face. I'm gonna come back, I'm gonna do my face and my eyes, and I'll come back to tell you guys. So right now it's 8:06 and it's about almost 4 hours. I did say I was gonna come back maybe from 3 to 4 hours around there. So let's talk about my face. Okay, so from what I've seen from applying the foundation way earlier in the day up until now, it kind of stood on pretty well, and I really do like the finish. It's starting to break a little bit where my smile lines are at and around my nose area. That's typical because, I mean, from what I know, that a lot of people have the same issue. I will say the chin is not that bad. Overall, honestly, this foundation barely budged. It's pretty good. I mean, most foundations that I wear, they tend to start moving around or break off around the areas that I usually get peely, or it starts to come off and show redness. I usually get red around my nose area because I pick at it a lot. I mean, you can still see a little bit around here, like, because I do have allergies. I'll show you guys up close of my face so you can see. Very glowy. Besides the highlight, it's really dewy. Not super dewy, but it's pretty good. A good dewy. So I'll zoom in way closer so you can see. So you see right there, that's where it started to break apart. And then over here, the smile lines, you know, around the nose area, it's not that bad. I mean, It did get in there, but it's not breaking apart like it usually do. So far, I like this foundation. I really do like the finish. I like it way better than a Pro Matte one. It does stay on like it says it does, and it's been 4 hours, and so far it's been really good. I mean, I don't want to jinx it. Like probably an hour or two, it's probably gonna start to break up. I got mine for $10. I don't know if I mentioned it early in my video, but I got this for $10 at Walgreens. They have it at Target, Walgreens, Rite Aid, anywhere you could think of. They sell L'Oreal, they have this there. I found mine at Walgreens, and it was $10, and it wasn't that bad. Usually, I remember last time I bought my Pro Matte, it was about $14 or $15. It was so expensive. I love how this looks in outside and lighting and everything, natural lighting. I love how it looks. It does show of a radiant glow like it claims that it does, and yeah. And all I did really today was, after I was done filming about 5 videos, I went outside, I grabbed something to eat, and I was also taking pictures or OOTDs, and I was also importing my videos and stuff on my computer. So that took about 2 hours after filming. And then I went out to get some food with my husband, and the sun was really beaming on us, so it wasn't too hot, but it was pretty hot. I didn't feel my makeup was melting off or anything like that. And yeah, that was pretty much it. And I just got home and I was laying down for a few because I am tired. I'm not gonna take a nap because I don't want to mess up the foundation. I wanted to see how is it gonna last all the way till like midnight. After talking and everything, right now it's 8:14, so I'm gonna come back another 4 hours, maybe 3, depending on how I'm feeling, if I'm not too tired. And also I'm gonna come back in 4 hours and I'll show you the final results of my face. Right now it's 11:52, and I'm just going to mark it as my 8 hours, since I did apply this way before I started to do the whole check-in and everything. So I was filming about 4 videos prior to me doing the whole starting my check-in. So yeah, I'm just gonna talk about the foundation real quick. So I noticed that my foundation started to break down a lot more, and I look really oily, and that's what it's gonna be because I have combo skin. So everything started to break down. This foundation held up pretty well, and I'm impressed. I really like this foundation by far, and I noticed that it's a little bit off color. It did oxidize when I first applied it, and it doesn't match completely to my neck, but it's not noticeable. Like, it's not like obvious. Zoom you guys real close. This is so weird, but I'm just gonna show you guys how my foundation is holding up. I don't know if you can see that. Matter of fact, let me use a brush. So right here, it's starting to break apart, and also right here, you see that? That's the most common areas that I do tend to have my foundation start to break apart. And the nose area, I'll show you right here. It looks nasty, but it's like some dots there, but that's just my skin peeking through. And right here, the foundation is starting to come off. The chin area is starting to break apart as well. I don't know if you can see, like, these lights are pretty bright. Let me just move them away so you can kind of see. Okay, I don't know if you can see that, but my chin area is starting to, like, the foundation starting to deteriorate, and around this whole entire area is coming off. My lipstick is even coming off, but this lipstick by Lipland is not that bad. The lip crayons, it's really not that bad. They start to crumble away, as you can see. This whole entire area, like I said, I don't get oily around this area, so it stood there for a long time, and literally I don't think it moved. The nose area stood for a while, and even though this bronzer looks like I got punched in the nose or something, it did not move. My nose is not completely red. Only around this area it's red, because like I said, I have allergies and I tend to rub my nose a lot. I just give this foundation a 9 out of 10, to be honest with you. I really do like this way better than the Pro Matte Infallible foundation. If you're combo and dry skin, I would highly recommend trying this out. It was only $10 for me and where my area and where the Walgreens that I picked it up. I'm pretty sure it's probably gonna be cheaper if you go to like Target or something. Usually in Target it's way cheaper. This stood really well the whole entire day. I've been filming since 1 o'clock in the afternoon. It's already about to be midnight. I really like this foundation a lot. I can't say anything else about it. The only thing is that I did use a primer, just to let you guys know. You saw, like, I did use a primer, but I think it would have been better if I used without a primer. I know majority of YouTubers usually don't wear a primer when they're doing a first impression because they want to really see the true way of how it stays and how long it's gonna stay. But me personally, I don't want to risk that because the fact that I don't want to break out and I don't want makeup to go into my pores and go into my skin and then my skin reacts to it. So I'd rather not do that. Let me know in the comments down below if you tried this foundation out, if you want to try this foundation out. Like I said, if you're oily skin, I don't think this is gonna be the best foundation for you. I think the Pro Matte foundation would be great for you. The only thing is their color range and their color selection, it's not that great. So yes, thank you so much for watching, guys, and I'm gonna take this face off and call it a night. So I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.